Look at the fucking cars everywhere. There's two. Look at this manhole cover too. It's like a foot and a half in.
On Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, Alberta was gripped by a sprawling and slow-moving storm system that unleashed a barrage of severe weather across the province. From funnel clouds hovering ominously over Edmonton to lightning strikes igniting fires in residential neighborhoods, the day was marked by a rare convergence of meteorological phenomena that left residents shaken and emergency crews scrambling. Environment and Climate Change Canada had issued multiple advisories throughout the day, warning of funnel cloud formations and the potential for landspout tornadoes. The warnings proved prescient as the skies darkened and thunderheads rolled in, bringing with them torrential rain, intense lightning, and swirling columns of air that briefly touched down in isolated areas. Unlike the towering supercell tornadoes often associated with the American Midwest, Alberta's August 3rd storm produced funnel clouds and landspouts, smaller, weaker tornado-like formations that can still cause significant damage. Meteorologist Eric Van Lockhem explained, "These were generally very slow-moving thunderstorms, which kind of stands in sharp contrast to your average severe weather day in Alberta." The storm's unusual behavior was attributed to a low-pressure system with high vorticity, creating ideal conditions for funnel cloud development. You throw a thunderstorm, doesn't even have to be a strong one, into that type of environment and you can get these funnel clouds that sometimes touch down, Van Lockhem added. One such landspout was confirmed approximately 100 kilometers southeast of Edmonton, bridging the ground to the sky in a dramatic display of nature's power. Though Environment Canada believes the tornado was relatively weak, its appearance underscored the unpredictable nature of the storm system. As the storm swept across Alberta, lightning became a major hazard. In Edmonton's southwest Rutherford neighborhood, a bolt of lightning struck a condominium building, igniting a fire that was quickly extinguished by emergency crews. The aftermath was visible on Monday morning, with charred wood and melted plastic siding scattered across the ground. Local resident Alexander Yakovenka described the moment vividly. "Great lightning, as for me, it looked like it was near my balcony. A couple of seconds later, it was strong. It was unbelievable." The widespread nature of the storm meant that lightning strikes were reported across multiple communities, with power outages affecting thousands and emergency services stretched thin. Heavy rainfall accompanied the storm, with some areas receiving up to 100 millimeters of precipitation. Streets in Edmonton and surrounding towns were inundated, and stormwater systems struggled to keep up. The slow-moving nature of the thunderstorms exacerbated the flooding, as rain lingered over communities for hours rather than passing quickly. In Lloydminster, a special weather statement was issued at 6:56 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, warning residents of favorable conditions for funnel cloud development. Thunderstorms continued into the evening, and residents were advised to take shelter if funnel clouds appeared nearby. Emergency crews across Alberta worked tirelessly throughout the night to respond to calls, extinguish fires, clear debris, and assist residents affected by the storm. Firefighters in Edmonton responded to multiple lightning-related incidents, while police and paramedics dealt with traffic accidents caused by slick roads and poor visibility. Local shelters opened their doors to those displaced by flooding or fire, and community centers became hubs for distributing food, water, and emergency supplies. Volunteers organized cleanup efforts, and social media was flooded with images and videos documenting the storm's impact. Residents across Alberta shared their experiences, painting a vivid picture of the storm's reach and emotional toll. Janelle Thompson, a teacher in Hardisty, recounted watching a funnel cloud form over a nearby field. It was surreal. You could see it twisting, reaching down. We grabbed the kids and ran to the basement. Mohammed Al-Rashid, a Calgary resident visiting Edmonton, described the lightning strike near his hotel. The flash lit up the entire room. I've never felt so vulnerable. Liam Chun, a volunteer in Lloydminster, said, "We've seen storms before, but this one felt different. The air was heavy, and the clouds just wouldn't move on." The Northern Hail Project and other meteorological research groups are analyzing data from the August 3rd storm to better understand its formation and behavior. Preliminary findings suggest that climate change may be contributing to the increased frequency and intensity of such events. Julian Brimlow, executive director of the Northern Hail Project, noted, "We're seeing more slow-moving systems with high moisture content and instability. These are the ingredients for prolonged storms." The Northern Hail Project and other meteorological research groups are analyzing data from the August 3rd storm to better understand its formation and behavior. Preliminary findings suggest that climate change may be contributing to the increased frequency and intensity of such events. Julian Brimlow, executive director of the Northern Hail Project, noted, "We're seeing more slow-moving systems with high moisture content and instability. These are the ingredients for prolonged storms, flooding, and severe weather." Meteorologist Alyssa Peterson added that Alberta's foothills are particularly prone to hail and funnel cloud activity during late summer. "This year has been especially active, and we're not out of the woods yet." Experts warn that Alberta's infrastructure may not be adequately prepared for the new normal of extreme weather. Aging stormwater systems, densely populated urban areas, and limited emergency resources create vulnerabilities that can be exploited by even moderate storms. Meteorologists warn that more storms may be on the horizon. The province remains under a watchful eye, with forecasts predicting continued instability and the potential for further severe weather. Residents are urged to stay informed, prepare emergency kits, and heed weather advisories. The events of August 3rd serve as a stark reminder of nature's power and the importance of resilience in the face of uncertainty. Meanwhile, people in the Edmonton region also spotted at least one funnel cloud forming over the southwest of the city. Lots of photos circulating on social media, Van Lochem said, adding landspouts and funnel clouds like what was seen on Sunday were similar in nature, as opposed to the high-energy supercell storms that trigger more powerful tornadoes. Those are typically the thunderstorms that produce the very large, damaging tornadoes that you might see in the Midwest during the spring. Environment Canada is still working to determine whether it was one or two separate funnel clouds over Edmonton. Lightning was also a factor in Sunday's weather. There were quite a few lightning strikes because the storms were quite widespread, covering a pretty good chunk of the province, Van Lochem said. An apartment building in the southwest Rutherford neighborhood was hit and briefly caught on fire before crews put it out. On Monday, bits of plastic siding and charred wood were scattered on the ground below where the lightning struck. Area resident Alexander Yakovenko was in his home when he saw a flash of light. "Great lightning, as for me, it looked like it was near my balcony. A couple of seconds later, it was strong," Yakovenko said. The thunderstorms were slow-moving and headed to the northwest, as compared to the normal path of travel in Alberta, where we typically see storms form in the mountain foothills and move east across the prairies.